did you go name and affiliation?
Andrew Erickson with the Columbus Dispatch. Josh, obviously you guys had the lead, but at the end there, does that come down a bit for you to miss chances toward the end that could have given you guys a little bit more of a lead at some point?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think you hit it on the head there. I think we had some opportunities to reestablish the lead and, give Toronto credit. They made plays when the few plays that came their way, they made them, and they're critical in this game. And as far as taking care of chances in and around the box, they took 2 of them late. They didn't have a lot, but they were enough. And for us, I think we missed some chances and probably let ourselves down on some defensive chances that we just could have dealt with better. But controlled the game for most of the night and had some spells where it dipped. But I think we're a little bit surprised to not come away with certainly some points here.
Ben Free, Columbus Wire. What changed in the second half that let Toronto start getting more possession and getting more chances?
Again, I think they start taking a little more risks and getting numbers around the ball in advance of the ball. I think we stopped moving and we stopped, our tempo when we had the ball certainly lessened than it was at the end of the first half, and I think that cost us time on the ball. But you can see in the numbers, the first half possession-wise and accuracy was extremely good. And the second half, they put us under a little bit of pressure, and again, that at those moments we have to be more mobile, more brave, more willing to get on the ball, and we just didn't do that, and it cost us possession, which in the end cost us legs, and both these goals came late, and I think that can be somewhat attributed to that.
Tom Reed, Columbus Dispatch. When you have a young guy like Crenali who's had such a good start to the season, after a game like this, did the coaches say anything, or did you just work on this stuff tomorrow or next couple of days?
I think it's always a learning moment, whether it's a young player or an experienced player. And I think Alex has had some good moments in a short time for us, and today's going to be a learning experience. I think there's some plays that come his way that even he would attest to that could have been dealt with better. And again, on the day we didn't make those plays, and Toronto did, and it cost us points. But again, I think for Alex, it's an opportunity to learn, but we got to brush ourselves off. We got a game that comes quickly in a few days, so we get everybody fresh as possible and back up to speed.
I want to follow up on that,
Sure.
on the game-winning goal. Does he have to get in front of the guy who ends up kind of tipping it through his legs from a tactical standpoint, or is he in position where he should be and he was just unlucky?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to look at it again, but certainly from where I was, it comes through a few people, and you'd like to think we would be able to beat their center midfielder to that spot. And we had a couple guys that could have made a play on it. And again, I've said it a couple times. They made the plays that mattered the most at the end of the night, and for us, that's the disappointing part. So this is the gig. Now we brush ourselves off and we get ready for the next game to try and go get points away from home, the points that we dropped tonight.
Alex Deck with Columbus Cressy. Josh, you guys started out in a 3-5-2 with Josh, Jonathan, and Alex all in the back. What was the idea starting with that formation?
I think we still had our 4-2-3-1. We just moved our personnel around just to build up with the idea of how Toronto was going to start the game. We felt like that would give us a little more flexibility in midfield and cause them some stress as far as having to shift across the field. And again, I think once we got the tempo right, it certainly showed to be the case. And again, when Pipa and Justin and now Mohammed and Will were able to break lines and get into the pockets, and now we're able to get in some spots that challenge their back line a little more. We started to have a little more success in the latter part of the first half, and as the game went on, they made some changes. So did we to try to adjust to the game, and unfortunately, it wasn't to be.
Josh, I know you said at halftime something about the tempo needing to be a little bit
Sure.
better. Did you see it get better toward the end of the first half and into the second half, and what changed late in the game that maybe put it in their favor a little bit?
Yeah, I think the tempo was much better at the end of the first half, and we talked about it in the second half coming out, and certainly trying to utilize our freshness, but utilize playing wide and having them have to again move across the field. And again, I think we stopped moving as much as we needed to, which allows us space and time on the ball. And they made some adjustments, and now when they had the ball, we just weren't able to catch up to the game and maybe win some balls when we needed to. But again, it comes down to plays, and it's a few plays that on the night are certainly devastating for us. And they had some of the ball in the second half, but there weren't a ton of chances to be out there. I mean, we had a couple that we should have probably taken better and could have again reestablished the lead, but it didn't happen.
Do you have any pregame jitters coming in to coach a game in Greg's absence?
No, I think, again, I think we prepare all week, and it's a lot of dialogue with our staff before the game and in the course of the week for training. But there's probably a little bit of nervousness, but once you get out there, I mean, it's similar to how we typically run our game days. We're all still active, even as assistant coaches, so we're giving input to Greg, but to the players, and I think that subsides once the game gets moving.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.